Hi. We're gonna do a painting. And I say we because I'm not gonna do a time lapse. I'm going to do a documentation. So what I've been doing in the blue series is I've been taking 5 or 4 shades of blue, and either yellow or red. One of the paintings I did yellow and red. And I consider those to be 2 separate members, and I say members because I believe that like each painting kind of has a different personality and character, you know, allegedly, or blue. So what we're gonna do is the way that I like to, I did these. So I have an idea, and I won't say the idea until right before the scrape, because once it's at the scrape, I can't really do anything about it. All right, so I think that the farthest stuff is going to be the darkest, right? So if I want something to have a lot of depth, I want it to like kind of start mid-painting and work its way up, because that's kind of where I want the focal point to be, right? It's like somewhere around here, but I also want it to be like off to the left for this one. And I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but I'm going to try. Just kind of get some random shapes going. I mean, get some random shit. It's like, what does it matter? You know? Maybe even like if we have the idea of like putting a person, do something like this. Maybe even 2. 2 or something like this. Now we got 2 people. And, you know, a lot of what I do is extremely abstract, right? But I don't believe it is. You know, I think that like I can see all kinds of stuff in my paintings, and some of them I see nothing at all. So I mean, that's why I really do believe each painting has a personality, and some of those personalities are just stronger than others, just like people in real life, you know. Like, but that doesn't always necessarily mean it's a good thing. Like the feeling that is brought out in the paintings isn't always necessarily good. And now we're just kind of going. We're just kind of doing some stuff. It's kind of cute. Yeah, and I'm just kind of like, I just like to be a little bit goofy, you know? Like, nothing is that serious. Rarely. I mean, there are certain things that are absolutely that serious. But most things, it's not that deep. Basically, I just worked my way down. Darkest to lightest, which I'm sure is probably like common sense to everybody else, but like, I've only been painting for a few months, and I've never worked with oil paint like this before. And I don't like brushes, so I paint in this way. And I very much enjoy it, honestly. I think it's very cool. So we're going to start putting some more details onto the people. to just kind of fucking go nuts. So yeah, look, it's like. Sometimes just kind of go, just go, you know. It's just art. It either looks cool or it doesn't, you know. And I want this one to be very, very heavy on the greens. So no, not the greens. Like purples, because I think it's going to be very dark. But I think it's going to be very cool. And I think that these people aren't probably really going to show up all that well. But that's fine. I like the challenge of making it weird. And I always like to go heavy on the lightest blue, just because it's kind of like my favorite. Like this color is just, I really, really love it. And I was only doing these blue paintings until I ran out of blue, and I figured that this was going to be the last one that I got with this blue. So I think that that's kind of cool, is that I was able to, you know, finish it. Because like I still have enough of these three to probably do another painting, but this guy's empty. So now what we do is using this one for this guy. Since I did yeller on the last one, I'll do magenta on this one. So instead of the blue, I'm going to do the whole painting in the magenta, and then I'm going to just scrape that off. And then that's going to be that. See what happens. Don't be afraid to get some paint on yourself. Sometimes it's good for character. And oil paint's really easy to get off if you know how to get it off. And I don't like to use none of that chemical stuff, because this stuff is already toxic enough. But yeah, basically we'll just cover it, right? People always ask me how I like don't muddy up the colors, and you know, I don't know, but I like just painting it like this, because I don't like I said, I don't like brushes, and I don't very much enjoy any of that. So then it looks like that, right? This is the way it was. Okay. So I think for this one, what we're gonna do is I mostly did it up and down, right? So I think we're gonna do it side to side. So let me get some paper towels here. And let's get to scrape them. Yeah, I really do believe that like anybody can paint, right? Like I taught my grandpa how to do this stuff. This painting sitting over there. And I think it looks better than the one that I did the same day to show him how to do it. Yeah. That's that. I can't really see it, if I'm honest. So, that sucks. But yeah, then what I like to do on the sides is just do the same thing, is just scrape it down. Because it gives it a really cool texture, it gives it a really cool look, it gives it a really cool everything. I think that any other way to do the edges of a painting is kind of nuts. Kind of nuts. And I take the last one and I clean up all these edges. Edges, edges, edges. Edging is the most important part of life. And then, final part, set it back down. Get this stuff. Easiest way to get off oil paint is to wipe off all the excess and then just rub your hands together. Imagine that you're washing your hands just with friction. And then you won't get it on anything. It might stain your hands a little bit, but like I said, it adds a little bit of character. All right. Final touch. And that's that. And then I go get my grandpa and I ask him to look at it without telling him that I'm recording. Pops.
Can't see it at all.
Whenever we spin it. It's not raining anymore, so. There's a weird glare on it. I don't know.
You don't know what?
I just,
Do you have any idea what it's supposed to be?
yeah,
Do you?
yeah.
Okay.
What do you see?
For now, I see angels everywhere.
Interesting.
Flying around.
Very cool.
Wait when it dries. It's going to be a bronze.
It's gonna be bronze.
Mm-hmm. Remember, you heard it here first.
Alright, let's try to get up here. Try to get you a look-see. And that's that, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Till next time.